Something a little different today. What I got here is a bunch of phosphor-brown washer knives from my collection, and I'm going to be doing sort of just a quick hitter, talking about which one has the best action, the smoothest action of all my washer knives. And some people prefer bearing knives, have a sort of quicker, freer action, more sort of drop shut, and other people prefer washer knives, which have that sort of bank vault, glassy, smooth action. I like them both. I have a bunch of washer knives and I have a bunch of bearing knives, and I like them for different reasons. But which is the best? This is a collection of pretty nice knives, if I do say so myself. Just identifying the contestants. We've got the Quiet Carry Drift. We have the Les George Mark III, the Three Rivers Manufacturing, the TRM Atom. You will recognize the classic Chris Reeves Sebenza. This is the most recent one. I can't remember. The number is blanking at the moment. This is the Monterey Bay Knives Old Guard, and this one is the Warncliffe edition. We have the Les George VECP button lock, and I love all of them. But we have to have a rank, don't we? I mean, we gotta know. So this is how I view them. I'm going to just remove all of them from the camera for the moment. And let's see. We're going to go from last to first. And when I say last, that should not be taken as an insult, because I think all of these knives have great action, and it's actually really close between a lot of them. But with that said, in the sixth place out of this grouping, I'm going to put the Monterey Bay Knives Old Guard. And it's hard to say that it's last, because it's really, really good. It's actually practically a fall shut knife, which is not that common among washer knives. It is really smooth. But we have to pick, right? So that's what I'm going to say. I guess whether it's coincidental or not, I'd say this is also the most affordable knife out of this whole group, which is not super affordable. Okay, so number 5. Yeah, I'm going to say it is the TRM Atom. Again, this is the version with I got these scales and added them to it. I've also sort of done a very sort of half-assed mirror polish on the blade, because I had scratched the original stonewash pretty badly. So then I did a pretty bad mirror wash on it after that. Also has aftermarket studs. But speaking of the action, it is, again, it's just very smooth. There's not much variation when you're rolling it out. It's just nice. Lock up is solid. Can reverse flake it. Yeah, it's good. It's good. But it's going to be number 5. Sorry. Moving on, and this will probably upset some people, but number 4 is going to be the Chris Reeve Knives Sebenza. Once again, it is uber smooth. I'm not discounting it for this reason, but I've actually had to do a fair amount of sort of tinkering with this one to get the action to where I wanted it. They come out of the box super stiff, so I loosened up the lock bar a little bit. I've replaced the single stud with some tie connector studs, and flipped it a lot of times. So now it is considerably looser as far as, I can actually flick it and reverse flick it. And it's not quite a fall shut, but if you push the lock bar all the way down, it will drop to my nail. It's hard to see from overhead, but yeah. And okay, so slow rolling it, it's super smooth. It does, you do get some added resistance as you get towards the lockup, just because of lock bar pressure. And maybe that's why it's slipped a little bit in the rankings. Still fantastic though. Number 4, the Sebenza. Number 3 is going to be the Les George VECP button lock. Amazing action for a washer knife. I mean, this is truly drop shut. You just don't see that. So you get the drop shut action in addition to the super smooth rollout. One of my favorite knives in my collection, absolutely. But in terms of the absolute smoothness of feel when rolling it out, and that's really what this test is about, it's going to come in 3rd place. Number 2 will be the Quiet Carry Drift. This one actually kind of surprised me. I'm not sure why, but when I tested them all next to each other, it is so smooth. And again, this one is almost drop shut. Can be flicked with thumb or middle finger. Lock bar access is great. It's another just a great knife. This one is in Vanax. Highly recommended. They've recently come out with an XL version of this, which I haven't tried yet, but hope to one day. But just, oh, so smooth. There's just no catch. It's just it's butter. And that earns the QC Drift the number 2 spot. Am I on screen? Let me tighten this up a little bit. Which brings us to number 1 overall. It's going to be the Les George Mark III. Another great knife. This one is in Magna Cut, and it is another one that is practically drop shut on washers. And well, of course I blow it at the exact moment, but yeah, it has a great action, just a very fidgety, in addition to being smooth as a baby's butt. So it's just supernaturally smooth. I love this knife too. This is another frame lock. It's very solid. Has passed the spine whack test. Actually, every knife on this in this lineup I have spine whacked, which is a subject for another day, but they're all solid. So that's what we have. Again, every single knife on the table here is really smooth, and I think if you get one, or if you have one, if you don't have one and you're thinking about it, yeah, don't worry that it's like this came in last place, because it's like saying that Ferrari came in last place in a contest of supercars, because they all have supercar action. But it's just my opinion. You're entitled to yours, and maybe it's different. If you have a different opinion, you've tried some of these and you feel differently about it, let me know in the comments. I'd love to talk about it. If you like the content, sign up at the bottom, subscribe, and I'll be back. I'll be doing some more testing, and I'll probably also be doing some knife comparisons and reviews, and y'all have a good one.